Ecclesiastes 1 through 3. Everything is meaningless, 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 says the teacher. Utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. And it goes down from there. But what do people gain from all their labors at which they toil under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises, the sun sets, and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. You know, King Solomon, he was given the gift of wisdom. And some pretty wise stuff in Ecclesiastes. But you got to understand that, okay, so Proverbs is King Solomon telling his army, his men, that he was king over, all the wisdom that he'd been given by God. And even though we're not going out fighting any wars for King Solomon per se, we are still gifted with these words of wisdom. But then King Solomon went and got himself 700 wives, 300 concubines, so much, and a lot of those wives, they were not of the same religion, the same faith, so they sought to drag him away from his relationship with God, and they were successful with that. And then after being very tired and pretty old, King Solomon said, "What is there in this world that's worth anything? It's all chasing the wind." So I'm going to start off with playing my song, doing something different here, where I tried, at least, to capture that sentiment in music and words. And I hope that you enjoy it, and then we'll come back and talk a little more.
I built a house on my own two hands, stacked the bricks on the shifting sands. Tide rolls in and the tide rolls out. What's it all for? What's it about? Reaching out for something to hold, but it slips through my fingers, leaves my heart stone cold. Just chasing the wind, chasing the wind all around. Spend your soul, you feel just like a clown, chasing the wind with days untold, nothing to show, time to fold. Stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind. The hot sun I sowed in richest soil, hardest blood, sweat and toil. Waited on the rain till the fields ran dry. Worked and I worked, now I'm wondering why. Rocky ground on this road that I'm on. Play too slow, now the moment's gone. Just chasing the wind, just chasing the wind, chasing the wind all around. Spends your soul, you feel just like a clown, chasing the wind with days untold, nothing to show, time to fold. Stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind. River flows the valley through, all the time, what else could I do? The wind it blows and the river rolls, get to the sea, it's never free. Just chasing the wind, just chasing the wind, chasing the wind all around. Spends your soul, feel just like a clown, chasing the wind for days untold, nothing to show, time to fold. Stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind, stop chasing the wind.
Okay, folks, I hope that you enjoyed it. Let's now talk about Ecclesiastes 2. Amongst other things, he says, "I denied myself nothing that my eyes desired. I refused my heart no pleasure. My heart took delight in all my labor, and this was the reward for all my toil. Yet when I surveyed all that my hands had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. Then I turned my thoughts to consider wisdom, and also madness and folly, and what more can the king's successor do than what has already been done? I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. The wise have eyes in their heads, while the fools walk around in the darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them all. Then I said to myself, the fate of the fool will overtake me also. What then did I gain by being wise? I said to myself, this too is meaningless. For the wise, like the fool, will not be long remembered. Well, he is. The days have already come when both have been forgotten. Like the fool, the wise too must die. So I hated life, because the work that is done under the sun was grievous to me. What do people get for all the toil and anxious striving for which they labor under the sun? All their days their work is grief and pain. Even at night their minds do not rest. This too is meaningless. A person can do nothing better than eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil. This too I see is from the hands of God, for without him who can eat or find enjoyment? To the person who pleases him, God gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness, but to the sinner he gives the task of gathering and storing up wealth to hand it over to one who pleases God. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. End of chapter 2. Okay. Now chapter 3 is very much along the same lines, but it starts with what actually Pete Seeger grabbed and made into a song, Turn, 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 later recorded more famously by a band from the 1960s with 12-string guitars called the Byrds. Did a lot of Bob Dylan stuff. He says, so I saw that there's nothing better for a person to do than enjoy their work, because that is their lot. For who can bring them to see what will happen after them? He also talks about how we don't know the fate of animals, and so forth. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to play you also my version of Turn, 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 which I recorded in another church, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. And most people didn't get to hear it, so it was chasing the wind. But most of Ecclesiastes is like this, except little hints here and there, and then finally pushing it home towards the end, that all things are meaningless and worthless and chasing the wind unless you're doing it for God. That's the saving grace of Ecclesiastes, which is also the repentance of King Solomon after he did all of this stuff and found it all useless and meaningless, and had all these wives and lived in sin. A lot of sin going on there. A lot. After all of that, his repentance was to say and to realize in his heart that it's all meaningless unless we're doing it for God. All right, I'm going to end with this next audio, and I hope you enjoy it. I pray that your day is not chasing the wind, but that it's lived in God, for God, with God. I pray that for you. I pray that for me. I pray that for everybody with a faithful heart, or who's at least trying to. Okay. Peace.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to live, a time to laugh, a time to weep. everything. Turn, turn, turn. There is a season